Morning, good afternoon. Today's Monday, March 18, 2019, and we're doing the morning business headline commentary. Looking at CNBC right now, we see Warren Buffett is in the news, where he's trying to break into the healthcare or healthcare insurance kind of business. Yeah, his point of view, his angle is to provide some innovative modeling into the current business, that he says a lot of these current models are entrenched, and it just keep on, it doesn't really work because he keep charging people higher and higher. So he and some of his business partners may be introducing some other models, because they're free to do so and they're not entrenched yet into the whole business. So outsiders thinking outside the box may introduce some newer competition that can, bust up the current, stigma or inefficiencies in the healthcare that which is keep charging people higher and higher over year and year, which cannot work out. I mean, here's the thing: like young people, are less inclined to join healthcare setups because they're healthier and they know how to take care of themselves, the smarter ones. um, Compared to the older folks, which is um, the Warren Buffett trying to champion, which eventually um, you know typically would need more healthcare compared to the younger people. So he may have an interest in introducing something new and more efficiency and cost effective. So we'll see how it goes. So you see, Lyft is trying to do an IPO. Like what I sense from a lot of people, including drivers, riders, and people that have didn't go well with them. You know, Lyft is not a really good investment. That's my opinion. You evaluate my past reasoning, you would know what I'm talking about. Um, Like I talk to people that have wrong reasons and treated poorly by Lyft, like in driving. So they might be in for a reckoning. I'm not gonna say how it's gonna turn out, but a lot of angry people are very angry at Lyft, and no other business is like that. So Lyft can do IPO, but they'll see what's gonna happen. All right. Apple unveiling, new iPads, iPad minis, nothing new revolutionary. I mean, the good thing about, the a lot less demand due to like unbelievable pricing of their products has led to a lot less demand for their products. So it frees up a lot of other resources to make other computer components, which traditionally they take up in the resources. So you see like SSDs, hard drives, and other ones like SD cards, the pricing have been really been better, you know. Um, Going to 2 terabyte to 3 terabyte become more affordable now. Within the $200, a little bit less $200 range. Think about it, like 2 terabytes SSD into your hard drive, and the performance would be amazing, and you don't have to worry about storage, which is the proper setup. You have a lot of storage. Compared to Apple products, they want you to upload everything in order to maintain some free space. If you know what I'm talking about, you buy those like super expensive phones and use like your fancy cameras, and they take up a lot of memory for the photos and movies that you take with the camera. And what you do, you just upload everything. Yeah, they tell you they maintain the privacy, and until they tell, and then you find out that they didn't do that. So, that's how it goes with these companies. So as I mentioned previously, Facebook will, face a lot of challenges, almost unending challenges, because everybody needs to know what the fuck was going on, like how they sell their people's like information to the detail. Um, you know, how they gotta do it in the future, do it in the past, and do it now. Like as I tell you before, if you're like, naive enough to put everything truthful on these free websites, I say good luck to you. Um, you know, I mean, if you relatively have some street smarts, book smarts, and have some common sense, it's a free site. So, you take it in a grain of salt what you upload. So we see CNBC recognizing Andrew Yang running for the Democratic nomination. Um, so here you have it. Andrew Yang being recognized by NBC, Comcast, through CNBC. So it's quite interesting. I'm awaiting to see how he fleshes out his issues on his stance. He's from Manhattan so far, and I know, and he grew up outside of the city a little bit. So that's a in certain criteria is a good plus because it's not like those farm boys, like doesn't know anything, very idealistic, anger all the other people that because they're so naive, like man and woman as well, from the farms, from up, like away from the city, they're so like like vulnerable to like stupid reasonings. A lot of people know what I'm talking about, but if you don't, that's fine. Yeah, Boeing, in my opinion, which is having like into near term and medium term to even long term, um, things will not go well over time. And you think you're catching like a good deal, is not a good deal. Because I don't know about you, if I write some or create some product that have software instructions, I would never give actual control to software. I don't know what the hell were they thinking. Actually giving actual control of the airplane to software. I mean, I'll end it right there as just like a alert advisory on a dashboard. That's it. I would never let like create a product that lets like all these senses near the ground take control or even up in the sky anywhere. I don't know. The last update on software is bullshit. Didn't do anything. The next one is probably not gonna do anything. Why? If I'm the guy who runs Boeing, I take the sensors out. And by default, everything that's like all controls to the humans, pilots, and anything that have any resemblance or giving up control would be just taken out. Um, you know, like even the hardware. You know, I don't know about you. It's like I don't know what the hell the engineers. They're probably on drugs or something. The young engineers. So you see that in the European car engineering with the fake diesel because they didn't pay attention in class and they did drugs probably. Yeah. So there you have it. A little bit in my opinion. That's affecting all the engineering schools. Whether all these like crap students they accepted that doesn't even qualify get to enter and they sell drugs and they influence drugs. So yeah, so a lot of these prestigious schools are coming out with drug hooked up kids. All right, let's go to Bing News a little bit. So you see some alternative financing by other people where they crowdsource and then have their own criteria. which is good. I have like dealt with some of these big, you know, banks, and you talk to the people like from the farm states. They have all kinds of ideas about other people. So I would like not, smack them in the face and go to somewhere else. Because some of these banks, they hire the dumbasses. So Fidelity, I have no trust in much in Fidelity's products and services. So they do. I mean, that reputation has gone off to the markets, and they have to, do something to make money. That's fine, but it'll be like, you know, mergers and have no positive effect. In some of these tech companies buying stuff, and where the innovation go there to be destroyed. Like you say in the news. Yeah, so like with the chips, NVIDIA was able to buy another chip maker that provides some innovations in how chip architectures are done. Probably like crunching more data more efficiently and energy efficient in that area. So oil prices are pushing up again. So they try to sneak in using like seasonal changes where the refinery had to retool. So there's like a combination of headline manipulation and seasonal manipulations. So something like that. All right. All right. Let's see how the markets are doing. Um, all right. U.S. As I mentioned before, Mnuchin was able to point out the HFT 2.0 causing wild gyrations, like similar to 2008. So my intuition was that they gotten better at manipulating markets with HFT 2.0. So I can make a bet there's a lot of regulatory actions happening, or these HFT participants are staying low, try to avoid regulatory oversight and actions. All right, so it's relative calmness now that we experience. All right, so let's see. All right, Hang Seng nearing 30,000. Not bad. Oil like sneaking up again. So gold around the 1300 handle. All right, everything seems to be pretty cool and straightforward. Okay. All right, today's Monday, March 18, 2019, and we're doing the morning business headline commentary. Something I'll know, I do have Indian followers. India's Modi went for a big hug on Amazon after I featured Amazon in my daily video. When the Amazon stock price was like around $500-$600 range. So in a couple months ago or near term in the past, you probably quadruple your money if you have followed my commentary. Quadruple your money. All right, so I also have Chinese business investors, their followers. Some of them decided to buy Germany's robotics firms after I featured these robotics machineries building supercar in my supercar remix music video. Some of them listed below. Something also note, I did feature Goku and Gohan Dragon Ball in my eating cooking demo video. Something listed below. And the company called Funimation that owns Dragon Ball became a takeover target. All right, some of them. That's some of my three of my sometimes actionable commentaries. My smart followers share my common evaluations and knowledge. All right, so today's Monday, March 18, 2019, and we're doing a morning business headline commentary. Happy trading, everybody.